My name's Monty.
My name is Laz.
My name is Andre.
And you're watching
the LSDP. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm sure you guys did, but two of the guys didn't show up today, and one of them quit. If you guys didn't know.
Ooh.
yeah.
Are we gonna tell them who, or do they have to find out on the next episode?
They'll find out the next episode.
I think we'll put up a poll on Tuesday morning and see who quit. We'll see who the people think was the quitter.
You're right. If you're on Spotify, it'll be on Spotify, like on the information section,
Or even on our Instagram polls.
it'll be on our Instagram too.
Everywhere. Tuesday morning. Wake up.
Did you guys ever have a name that you guys want to like substitute yours as when you guys were little?
For me, I always wanted to be Isaiah, because in Spanish it was Isaías, and I thought it sounded dope both ways.
Oh yeah, that sounds fly. What about you, Monty?
I always wanted to be called Rico Suave.
You would though.
That fool in Spanish class, this fool took Spanish class with the white kids, and when they let him choose his name, that's the name he chose.
Oh. How does that work? Because I remember they would make you choose a Hispanic name or something, right?
Pick your Spanish name. I remember my freshman year, they put me in and I lied. Monty wasn't in the Spanish class with the white kids. He was in my Spanish class.
I was in his Spanish class. I was about to say, wait, were we in the same Spanish class?
No, but I started in that one, but I was like, the teacher was like, you know too much Spanish to be here learning colors, you know? Because the one with the white kids is the one that rojo.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to walk you through everything.
Yeah, we had a fucking teacher from Spain that thought she was the shit.
So what? She had a little lisp or what?
No, the thing is that she was white, but she wasn't even from Spain. She was white and her husband was from Spain, so she thought she was Spaniard and she spoke with a lisp when she spoke Spanish. I'm like,
I remember she had a heavy accent, but she had like a really good vocabulary though, you know, but she would definitely, the whole class was her teaching like, she was talking like, oh, bueno, por ejemplo, like that, you know?
super monotone. But what about you? What did you choose in your white Spanish class?
Nah, I don't remember. But the name that I wanted to have as a kid, it was my same name, my first name Alexander, but like my last name I wanted to be Porter. Alexander Porter.
Oh, that fool was taking French, yeah.
Like a linebacker or something. Like that's what I envisioned in my head, you know.
Mr. Porter.
You know, like, hello, Neo. Something type of vibe, you know.
Porter.
But I would have settled for Mr. Carter.
When? Yeah. So you were like, oh, is that a slave name or whatever?
What?
Carter.
Oh, okay.
I went to the Swami today.
Oh, so did I. No way.
Yeah, and I saw this.
We went to the same swap meet. No way. We walked by that. There's two of them, right?
So
I don't know.
So explain to the listeners what you're showing us right now.
So it's basically a dark Mary.
What do you mean?
A brown skin
Virgin
Mary.
Well,
You
you are the swap meet, fool, where everyone is brown.
So did you guys? My question is, did you guys grow up with like a brown Virgin Mary, or was she white? What do you remember her being?
White, light skin Virgin Mary.
At least that's what we were taught, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a Catholic, so I didn't grow up with any Virgin Mary.
Yeah. But what, you were just at the swap meet?
Shit on them, Laz.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
okay.
I told my girl, I'm like, I'm not a Catholic and I don't do the Virgin Mary shit.
I'm not like you, wetbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Because those shits were waterfalls, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, those shits look hard as fuck, but I'm not a Catholic, so I can never get it, you know?
I see.
But I'm not shit. I just feel like it'd be fake as fuck if I just...
How much were they selling them for?
I didn't ask.
Okay, so
couldn't be worth much.
So what about you? So what about you? How were you raised? What color was your Virgin Mary?
Well, she was like white, you know, or like light skin.
Fool, you're asking the kid with the kid bops.
The kid bop.
Of course, his Virgin Mary was white, bro.
Well, what do you guys say about, you know, because they say they did that with Jesus?
I mean,
what color was your Jesus?
Jesus has always been black.
I know he's always been black, but what Jesus was in your...
What did you just say?
Jesus is black. He's a black man. That's what they said. That's what the scientists and all the researchers and
Wasn't he born like in Egypt or something like that, or
Yeah.
somewhere around there?
Most likely he was like, you know, but I mean,
what color was your Jesus?
the one at the church I used to go to was like white, basically, or like light skin.
What do
same
you
thing.
What do you say? Because what do you say to the people that say
He might be from Jalisco.
that he was that he that he was painted a certain color in order to push like the white agenda narrative type of thing?
I believe that that could be a possibility. That would have been smart, you know, it's a smart move.
Smart on whose behalf?
The religion of Christianity, you know, Christian religion, the people.
Is it
running
really?
that.
But you think how though? Because
The Pope.
everywhere else that Christianity,
It's just marketing.
but the Pope isn't Christian.
Oh, he's Catholic. Well, we were talking about Catholics because of the Virgin Mary. My bad.
Wait, so I've never been to a Catholic. I lied. I've been to a Catholic church for quinceañeras and shit. But how does that shit work? Like at a Christian church, you show up, they do like 30 minutes of like people jumping up and down doing music, like
It's what do they call it? Praise, like
alabanza is called.
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
Christian church, and then after that, you sit for like an hour, and you feel like the pastor's talking directly to you, but he's talking to the crowd, and he's just like reading out the Bible, giving life examples.
yeah. Is that what your like what your experience is? Is that what you sum it up to? I'm just curious.
No, yeah. At a Christian church, which is the only church that I actually attended for like the word of God and shit, or the word of a higher power, because I've never been to a Catholic church for that. I've only been for quinceañeras. Never been able to eat the fucking thing that you guys pass around and shit.
Yeah. You had to cross your hands and all that.
Yeah, so I felt like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know?
Yeah.
But for me, it's always like, show up, there's 30 minutes of music, pass around the little basket. The fucking pastor talks for like an hour.
Once that basket got passed, you were like, oh yeah, there's only 20 minutes left.
For real. And that's it. But in the Catholic church, is it similar? You guys sing and then
Yeah, it's the same thing. Literally, it's the same thing except Catholics praise like the Virgin Mary and stuff, and Christians don't believe in like an iconicism, or what's that word? In icons, like they only believe in like praising Jesus as like
you guys have saints and shit, right? Like Santos and all that shit.
exactly. So I think Christians are more like, it's a sin to like praise icons or figures like that.
Other than
that
Jesus
aren't,
Christ.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's the only difference. But other than that, yeah, when I was younger and I would go to church, I'd pull up and like I'd be zoned out. I don't know what the fuck is happening. My pastor is like a white guy who speaks like Spanish, and it's like it's hard for me to like be engaged. But recently I went to go do like a photograph of baptism, and like I'm my big age, and like I sat there and I was listening to like the message, and I was like, oh shit, like he's cooking, like
He's talking to me.
And I was sitting there and I was like, yo, like I can understand how someone can come here and look for guidance, you know, and look for direction.
It's a good set of rules, right? Like, if people follow these rules, I think it's more positive than it is like negative.
So when he's like preaching, because is he preach like the at the Catholic church? Is he preaching? Because the pastor preaches like.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, really quick. When I seen a Catholic church, it's always like Santa Maria, like more singing,
and then
praying.
they like do a passage.
I feel like you guys pray the entire time. That's all you guys do. All you guys is cierran los ojos y orar.
Well, there is a lot of that, but when they get into like, it's a lot of praying. But when they get into like, what's that thing, El Evangelio? Like the weekly message.
Okay.
That's when he kind of like delves into like this topic or like this passage in the Bible, and like he'll break it down. But like I said, all the Catholic churches that I went to as like a youth, I was like, I couldn't engage, like I couldn't follow.
It's crazy to me how much power, like a Catholic church has. Like the dude is literally like, everyone is in such belief, and I'm not saying it's not real or it's real or whatever. Like. But everyone that goes there is in this belief, right? Where the guy in the middle goes, now pray. Yeah. Everyone goes down and whatever. Like they believe it that much. Everyone, like,
right.
Big numbers of groups, all over the world.
But you're insinuating that all this shit is fake. mind control.
I mean, yeah.
and if you really like go into the history of religion, and like when the Catholics came to California and like fucking killed indigenous people and made them like pray to like this religion, if not you would get like killed and stuff like that. Like all that does exist.
The mission in San Juan Capistrano is built on like Indian fucking graveyards.
And isn't there like a fucking statue of like one of the pastors or something with like a little Indian boy? And he was like, dude, it gets dark.
I mean, not to say that it's not real or whatever, but like,
and I think it's real because you're watching Shogun, right?
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that there's just a lot of room for like people to manipulate the situation. You know,
like in that show, like
a lot of people take advantage.
The Catholics come in and they don't care about like if they have to kill or do whatever just to spread the message. So it's pretty easy to believe that the same thing happened here. You know?
Yeah.
But I feel like every religion has its flaws, and it's easy to just call out whoever invented these things didn't think it all the way through. Like, because even for like Christianity right now, that you like said that they shame anyone that praises anything other than Jesus Christ, but like that's not even the highest power because Jesus Christ is like God's son or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, eventually these religions are gonna have to evolve with the way like life is moving.
Well, they've already evolved.
Yeah.
There's like New Testament.
Rules change.
Like in the first Bible, I think it talks about slavery and shit like that. And it's like, that can't be accepted like now, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so they've had to edit.
So they change it for marketing purposes.
Right. And that's where people get into like religion being like man-made. And that's what causes like distrust in like society and stuff like that. That's why you see a lot of people that say like, oh, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious, you know, like because of shit like that, it makes you, it causes like a distrust.
So does the Catholic Church, and I hate to keep bringing it to the Catholic and the Christian Church, do they have a New Testament too? Because isn't the New Testament like a Christian Bible?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's New Testaments already.
So everyone knows about the Christian. When we talk about the Bible universally, is everyone talking about the Christian Bible at all times?
I think they're just talking in like a general statement. Like for the most part, there's been shit that's been updated and changed, but for the most part, it's all the same shit. Like the same stories are being told.
Yeah,
you know, they're not adding new ones,
just different angles,
or like they're cropping some shit out. Like, oh, let's take this little slavery part out right here.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, and like I remember, I've been to both. I've been to Catholic churches, I've been to Christian churches, and like I said, for me, it's like literally the same thing. And I remember the first time that I kind of saw like religion differently is because, I was like raised in a Catholic household, you know, all my life doing the baptisms, doing the fucking first communions and you know what I mean? All that shit.
Yeah.
I went through all that, and I had people come to my house, and like older people and like the church people pull up to my house, and like they would read me like Bible segments and shit like that. Like I did all that, bro. And then I remember I was like in like high school, I think, and there was this from my youth group that I went to. It was like an older guy, millionaire, bro, multi-millionaire, big fucking house. We would go to his crib, and we'd do Bible study and shit. And like he was a Christian, like, but.
Is this the same guy that yelled that Brad's grandma yelled at?
No, not him. But so we would go and he would pay us to like do our homework and shit, you know, like he would like, but he just had money up the ass, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I remember one time we had Bible study at his house, and he's like, yo, like, I always saw religion as like, oh, you either identify as like a Catholic or you identify as a Christian, or you would identify as like, you know, whatever other religion, you know?
Yeah.
And we had a Bible study, and he said, like, sometimes I do go to Catholic church. He's like, and sometimes I do take like, what do you call them? La hostia.
La hostia, yeah.
You know, sometimes I do take the body of Christ, and sometimes I don't, you know, it just depends how I feel, you know? Some days I believe it, and some days like I choose, or like my mind doesn't let me, you know? So,
yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh shit, like, doesn't have to be like black and white, right?
Yeah.
As long as you kind of, I feel like as long as
you're heading like towards the same direction.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't expect everyone to understand like universe and God and like all that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And confide. But I do think that religion and all that shit, like the 10 commandments, like they all serve their purpose in the world, and they all keep us like in check from being like savages and shit, and smashing each other's wives, and like, you know, fucking over your neighbor and shit like that. Like I'm sure it's set up there for a reason. You feel me?
Yeah.
respect
Like
your neighbor.
yeah, it's
you know,
just
like
it. Like I said, it's just a good like guideline. You know,
Yes.
good set of rules. And if everyone follows these rules, like
Yeah.
we'll probably be like a peaceful place.
yeah. But I love God, and I love the universe, and I love putting good energy into the universe.
Yeah,
and
but what is God? That's the thing.
I think God is like everything. I think the elements. I think it's the fucking molecules. I think it's everything, and in the way that it's bound together so like perfectly.
So-
Like don't they say that if like a fraction of the planet was off in like 1 inch or something, that we would all cease to exist or something like that? Like it's so calculated that
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
yeah.
I think that's God. You know?
Yeah. Well, I guess I asked that because do you think that like everyone, essentially every religion is right in their own ways? Like, because I've always thought like, who am I? Like, I don't have a religion like that, but who am I to tell you that your religion is wrong if you believe what you believe and it's gotten you where you've gotten? Like,
Yeah.
If praying to your God has gotten you where you're at and you're happy with it, like, who am I to say that your God doesn't exist? You know?
Do you feel the same way about like Satanism?
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, I don't know shit about it, but
Yeah.
my wife's cousin like said she saw a documentary and she says that it's not as bad as like they make it seem. Like it's not all about like death and shit. It's just like I don't know, like people. It's more about being like yourself and being like
I think it was like being about the earth or something like
yeah.
that.
It's
right?
weird. It's a fucking
Something that you wouldn't really like. We weren't taught like to be ready. You know, Satanism to us means like the people that sacrifice like the goats and you know fire and candles. Like, but I don't know. I think what it is too is like anything that's not Christianity or whatever is like considered that. It's automatically given that like name basically.
nah.
No,
this guy-
I think it's weird because like, okay, Satanism is like you're praising Satan, right? And like Satan's like the angel that betrayed Jesus or God.
No, but they're saying that Satanism is actually like praising the earth. It's not actually praising like the devil.
See, I don't believe that. Fuck that. That shit just draws up stars for me.
To
And
be
like,
honest, I don't know, but that's just what I've heard.
No, yeah.
So
it's like a weird, like it's a weird
Yeah.
explanation. And when they explained it to me, it made sense. And I was like, okay, like it is some weird shit where you sacrificing has some shit to do with it, but like overall, like they're not killing humans and shit, bro. Like,
no, I feel that.
cause like on a bautizo, what's normal? You kill a goat and you fucking eat it. Like,
Well, that depends. They don't do that here. I mean, they do that indirectly with everything. Chickens, like
no, yeah, but in Mexico, like,
oh my god, you're so right.
you know what I mean?
who does
It
that with
depends how you
chickens?
paint it. Like
Everyone does that shit. We all eat fucking animals every day.
yeah.
Nah, yeah, but at least in Mexico, the Catholics, when it's a fucking bautizo, tenemos que
Yeah.
comprar un borrego.
I remember when I was younger, I saw it like in this home video we had.
Yeah.
Like a party that was happening in Mexico, and they had a cow tied to a tree.
Yeah.
And like the guy,
The stick through it.
Theo or whatever, like started like having to kill it, and it started by like stabbing its throat
Ooh,
and stuff.
yeah.
And then like that's all I remember like watching, and I was like, oh what? Like I was probably like 8 or 7.
Yeah, it's
No
pretty
wonder,
fucked
no
up.
wonder
But I
you like
felt
these
like,
fucking
whoa.
crazy videos, bro.
No, I was like scared. I was like,
Send me the video of the guy getting shot.
It definitely feels.
Nah.
It definitely feels like fucked up, like evil.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it does feel evil because in Mexico where I'm from, they'll kill a pig. You know what I mean? And they'll just shoot it in the head though.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, where my parents live, they
well, it was
they
like the
stay
rancho,
doing
bro.
that.
The dude had like
Yeah.
a machete
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You
No,
know?
yeah.
And
Like,
then that shit squeals and shit. It's
for,
like, ah,
for
like
like a
pigs?
fucking straight minute.
Yeah, like have you ever like seen like a pig get like slaughtered?
well, indirectly, like through one of my cousins, like videos that he sent me.
Yeah.
No, I've seen my dad
I
do
saw
that shit.
yeah.
Not
I've
right in
seen
front
it
of my
live too.
face.
It's horrible. It's like, oh
And
man.
it feels worse because the animal's like squealing.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, like, there's like a bunch of pigs, right, in like a pen, and then when the owner comes or whatever to like grab the pig,
Yeah.
and they take the pig, it's like all the pigs know that like we're never gonna see him again.
Fuck.
Like like they know the
Yeah.
pigs are like aware.
Yeah, see, my dad doesn't kill his own animals. He'll buy an animal to kill, but he'll never kill his own animal.
Why is
That's
that?
fly.
Because of that, I think he's told me before. Like, I feel like if I kill one of my animals, the rest of them won't trust me.
I mean, animals are pretty aware, to be honest.
No,
So
yeah.
I feel like that's a real thing.
Don't they say that like pigs have the same amount or like very close DNA to humans.
Like flesh,
Yeah.
flesh
Don't they say
thickness
that?
and stuff. Yeah,
That's
what they say.
So if they crossbred a monkey and a pig, you think they'd have a flyer human? Like what it was like an ape?
flyer human. No,
Because aren't these like apes almost capable of like playing the guitar at this point? Like
I don't.
these guys,
Honestly, I don't know.
They know how to use power tools at this point. Like they can't speak is the only thing. Like
Physically, they're able to do like they should be able to do like what we're able to do. But I don't know about muscle memory or whatever.
Yeah.
How good they are at that. Maybe they're extremely good at it. I don't know, but
98% is
Yeah,
the stat.
and seeing like the evolution of that, because even when I was a kid, they weren't doing the power drill and they were barely like learning how to do other stuff. So shit like that makes me believe in like not so much religion, but more of the evolution thing. Like
who would win in a fight, a monkey or Nate Diaz?
Fuck. Depends what type of monkey.
if they're up
A
north,
chimpanzee.
if they're up north in
dude.
No,
Stockton,
that's an ape. That's an ape, man.
No, yeah. If they're up north in Stockton, I think Diaz has the slight overhand on him. But who knows?
Yeah, I think like have you guys ever heard that story of that lady who like raised a monkey, an orangutan?
Oh hell no.
And then she raised it like its whole life, and then one day it just snapped and like ripped her
Rip their
face off.
face off.
Oh,
Monkeys do that.
They've been waiting for that shit.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, they do that. They're incredibly strong. I would never want to mess with one.
They'll eat a human.
They like rip your face off and like go for
Yeah.
your balls.
Yeah. What do you think
Tear that
about those?
shit out.
What do you think about those? The people who go to like safaris and like they go like and stand in front of like
Dude, they're risking
apes.
their lives. They're
Like,
risking their like
gorillas.
Their lives.
Gorillas.
Honestly,
Like-
honestly, it's so cool. Like that must be like a badass experience. You know, like
Yeah.
I would love that experience, but it's a risk though.
So
like, what do you think?
What makes it different between that and standing in front of like an electric fence? Like the adrenaline rush that you might get attacked. Because fuck that. I would do the safari zoo in like San Diego when you're in like a little car and shit, and like maybe you get like licked by a giraffe.
There's no
Like,
carnivores around.
Yeah.
Just the things that eat grass.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I've seen those videos, and like, there's been one video where like the gorilla goes up to the guy and he drags him for like 5 feet, and he just lets him go. But the people who like do that shit, and like the people who take you through those routes and all that, they'll be like, "Don't move, don't move."
Yeah.
Like they're very calm, and like it's almost like they know their nature, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, every time you're risking your life when you're giving a fucking tour.
Well. Okay. Yeah. You are. The thing is though, like, let's say you go do that, right?
Yeah.
And then you get like chewed up,
Right.
and you get like it fucks you
Mauled.
up, right? You get mauled.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what did you think was gonna happen, bro?
Yeah.
You know?
That's Murphy's law.
Yeah. It's just-
Anything bad that can happen will happen.
yeah. So I would just like avoid.
That's literally how I live my life.
Yeah, same here.
I'm like considered a Debbie Downer, but like I just always expect the worst thing that could happen to happen.
Yeah.
And then when,
I
like-
think it's better to prepare that for
Yeah,
that.
and then when
Yeah.
the best thing happens, it
Or
feels
prevent.
even good. Or anything better than the worst thing is you just happy with it because you were expecting the worst thing to happen anyways.
Yes, but I feel like that is true. That I think you should prepare for the worst, but I think sometimes also you can like bring that to fruition.
Oh yeah,
I think that's real too. Because I've definitely been through some shit where I never imagined this shit could ever happen to me. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then when it does happen, you're like, oh fuck, like.
my headphone was right.
You know, like this shit, fuck, you just never know, dog, you know? So I always fucking bring up that Bruce Lee quote, fucking, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than the gardener at war, you know?
Yeah.
Take that how
You're
you want to
prepared.
take it.
Yeah.
Take that how you want. Like I always say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah. Like, what'd you guys think of the fight last night?
Well, we watched a couple, like, was it one of them together?
Did a little fight reaction.
Yeah, I thought that fight that we actually did a reaction to, I think it could have been better.
That shit was boring as fuck.
They waited till the last minute.
Yeah.
The last 10 seconds, actually, I should say.
Yeah, but the last fight, Makachev and Dustin Poirier, that
That
shit
shit was fucking
that was a
hard.
really good fight.
That was.
They took it 5 rounds. You know, you got a submission at the end. Like it was very close. You didn't know who was gonna win. You're like, oh, this could go either way.
Was it very close? I watched it, and I don't
Yeah.
watch the sport very often, but it looked like the Poirier.
Poirier?
Like,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
getting his ass whooped, and he was
Wait,
getting taken
did
down.
you say Porter?
Poirier.
He was getting like choked out at some point, and I mean,
Well, Makachev is a very good fucking grappler, bro.
Yeah,
Let me tell
yeah.
you that.
and
He's
you
one
could
of
tell
the
because he was trying to bring him to the ground every time.
Yeah, because that's where he's like profound and like he's trains with Khabib and shit and Khabib's camp. So that's what they're really good at. They'll ground and pound you the whole fight. That's why every time he tried to get taken down and he got out of it, people would applaud because it's like, oh, you motherfucker, you really try to just like ground and pound the whole fight, you know? But
Yeah.
At some point, I think like I heard the announcer say he shattered his nose and he just kept fighting. I was like, fuck, that's gotta get hurt every time.
Oh, dude, that
Yeah.
shit was like bent.
Yeah,
At the end of the fight when they were interviewing him, his nose was crooked.
Oh, man.
And I saw, I saw when he was they were gonna snap, and he's like, no, don't do that. But I'm like, imagine you broke it in like the second or third round, you fought another 2 to 3 rounds, and you kept getting punched in your fucking nose, bro. That shit
Fuck,
has to hurt.
man. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Oh, sorry. Did you guys see how?
Khabib?
How Trump
the-
promised him?
Yeah, that he was gonna end the war with
Yeah,
Russia.
yeah.
Well, Trump being there was a big fucking deal because he
That's
was
a
just
lot of eyes.
yeah, because he
you
was
know?
just found guilty of a bunch of shit, and like every fighter, whether they won or lost, went up to him, shook her hand,
Yeah.
was like
paid
pretty-
their respect, basically.
pretty
Yeah.
much like co-signing him, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't fuck with him, why would you even take a picture with him or even
Yeah.
go over there? I don't think it was in anyone's contract to go say what's up to Donald Trump,
Yeah.
you know? And they all decided to go.
Or who knows? Dude. Well, yeah, I think it was all out of love, to be honest. But I mean, my conspiracy mind, bro, it always takes me like, what if Trump like really has got that much money and just like pays the fighters, be like, hey, I'll pay you this much to come shake my hand after.
But still,
I
like,
don't know, but
you could even if you don't fuck with Trump.
okay.
but I like to say that it was out of love, it was out of
Yeah.
respect, you know.
Yeah.
That's
And there's a possibility that he did do that, but I feel like if you really didn't fuck with Trump, you wouldn't take the money.
yeah, you would just be like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck no,
Fuck no.
exactly.
So do you?
But I
get-
thought it was cool.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about Trump being like found guilty of all this shit?
I don't know. They're saying he might be the first president to get elected
Dude,
in prison.
Trump has been guilty. They've been trying to like put him in jail or prison like since he was like president.
Yeah.
That's like when I first. I mean, obviously, probably since before, but like once he was president, I started hearing about that, and that was like years ago, bro. Like they finally like, it's just one thing after the other, and it's like, I mean, they almost put him like in jail or prison like for the last time. So I feel like it might not go through. Like
No, I think
yeah,
it will
this time was like the for sure.
I think it was done in a state where
It's just
they're a little more strict with it.
It's like a repeating narrative though that happens. Like, hey, he's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
elections are around and they're really trying to get him out of here.
Now it's like now or never. This might be the real one. Well, dude, like him, like the fighter shaking his hand, getting just that shot of him saying, "I'm gonna end the war," dude. How many like young people
Yeah. See that and they're like,
see that
fuck.
and are ready to vote?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Trump was at the right place at the right time. He's a
Yeah.
very calculated dude. Like,
Yeah. I think a lot of people are afraid to be like, hey, I like this guy, like I'd be down to like have another presidency. People can't say that still, you know. Like you'll still get criticized. I'm sure there's outliers and people who
Yeah.
really don't give a fuck. But you will still get like the public shun of like, oh, you support like a bigot race, all that shit, you know, all that shit that comes with it. But then it's like the state of the world that we're in, like all the fuck shit that's happening, just the president falling asleep at like conferences, like all that shit is just like
it's not a good look.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I think I told Monty or someone that the Democrats are doing like, I mean, it might not be enough for the people that know, but they're doing the right thing right now by clearing debts, by the school debts. Like a lot of people are gonna fucking love that got done. They're making it so like your fucking health or hospital bills are no longer on your credit score.
Yeah.
They're pulling all the little strings that you got to pull right before the election, you know?
Yep.
And realistically, I think that type of shit matters to people more. Just kind of like that check that Trump gave us. No one's going to ever forget that. No one's going to ever forget that Trump gave people money. People, like, even if it's just for that, Trump will forever be remembered as a president for shit like that. Like, people are just always going to go with whatever benefits them. And if ending the war in Russia is the more important thing to you, then of course you're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah, there's been so many fucked up videos all over my timeline about that shit. Like all the bombings and like the kids being like decapitated and
it's still going on. Like it has not like.
Aren't you guys finding it a little weird that like someone like Instagram that like bans shit usually is like allowing shit like this now with like warnings? Because like it used to never allow things like that now,
because probably they noticed that people were moving to other apps, like
to find
Twitter
that,
or X,
because X will show you everything.
And so Instagram probably like, okay, if we allow this, we might get some users back over here. Like, that's why. But they're little by little.
I don't like it just because I'm the guy that'll still click it and I don't want to watch. But I'm
what's
like,
this about?
Oh my god. And if Facebook allows that type of shit, then Instagram's gonna allow it too. Dude, I've seen
on Facebook is wild. It's kind of like X where you just scroll down, that shit just starts playing. And I'm like, fuck, what the fuck?
Instagram is getting like that now though. Like I've seen like everything on there. I've seen people getting shot, people fucking killing themselves, like girls naked and shit. Like I've seen everything on there. Well,
Monty was talking about how you had a friend that posted a picture, or you knew a girl that posted a picture, like of her just face, but you knew she knew she kind of looked naked. I think you asked me, you're like, hey, do you think this is like porn or whatever?
Yeah. Basically, like a girl posted a naked picture.
Yeah.
But she like covered like, the parts, and she's like, oh, like because nudity is not porn.
Right.
So she's saying like this is okay, like to like post basically.
Yeah.
It's like safe. It's not porn. What do you think of that?
What do I think about nudity? I think nudity is like it's natural.
Yeah,
it's natural, but not like. The thing about that is that people can't like consciously differentiate like nudity without sexualization. So it's like if I see a pair of titties, there's nothing I can do about my like there's a possibility that I'll get aroused. Like there's no way for me to be like biohack my mind and be like, oh, it's like this chick is naked. Let me like.
But you think that's only in America though, because other places have like topless beaches and other countries are like.
Yeah, but that's for like a certain demographic of people who like abide by those rules and like who like practice that, But for the general like public. Like if as a kid when I was in middle school, I remember I saw like my first pair of like titties. Like I was outside my grandma's house. I used to live with my grandma.
Oh no!
And there was a cross. I was outside, and my fucking my neighbors that lived across the street, they would always throw parties, bro. Like they were just like some white guys, like bachelor shit. Always had girls over, and I remember I'd just be outside playing with my homies, and like they'd have girls outside. They got the hose running and shit. And like I remember I saw some girl like fucking flash like them, and then like I saw it, and I was like, oh fuck, like.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I mean? Like their society doesn't really teach like that concept, the concept of nudity and stuff like that,
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, exactly. It doesn't teach that. So to us, it's like, what?
Yeah. Like the only time that for me, I don't know about you guys, right? But the only time that like I see titties like that or whatever, it's always involved with like intimacy and like sex and like love and like, so like. It all ties back in, like, so when I think about like, oh, titties, like, well, the only time I see them is when I'm like
fucking,
so it's like the mind kind of already goes there. This is my analysis of nudity.
So is posting that on social media like porn to you?
Borderline. It's like soft porn.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's soft porn when you block it.
And let me tell you this, when I was like in middle school and stuff like that, you're a fucking horny kid, right? You're a fucking bro. But this is pre-internet. Like if you saw like, dude,
Come on, tell us.
like if you saw like cleavage and shit, that was something. You know, you're like, oh,
Just
shit.
like how way back in the day,
Yeah.
just seeing some ankles were like,
Yes.
ooh, you know?
Ankles. What
Back-
are we, Muslim?
no, like back before we like were born.
right.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
back then it was like shunned. It was like shunned for women to show like skin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, we were on some Muslim shit before or what?
Yeah,
I
America
mean,
was like
it was
that.
more, yeah.
People wore like pantyhoses for that
Puritans.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think about that. You know, like
There was less of it.
I'm sure if I practice nudity and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like there's girls who do like that whole march and like they'll pull up and like they'll do the marches topless and shit like that. You know, like
Yeah.
there's people who believe in it, but for the general public, no. It's tied into like intimacies.
Yeah. I considered it like soft porn.
Yeah.
I would consider it kind of that. Yeah.
What the picture she posted? Because her thing is like, I should be able to. Your friend's thing, right? Was I should be able to post this and no one should be considering it porn. Meaning, I should be able to post my shit unblocked, and it should be considered porn, or I should be able to post it blocked.
Like without anything blocked.
Yeah, that's
She's
porn.
like, that's,
Well, wouldn't it be weird if I posted like a full body pic and I was just covering like my penis? Like, wouldn't
Yeah.
that be weird? Like,
Well, yeah, that's
what the fuck?
That's soft porn.
Yeah.
Like you take your hand off your dick, now you're porn.
Yeah.
Like soft porn.
yeah. At least
Yeah.
on the internet, that's like kind of
So
what
like,
is-
yeah, she's tripping. Like if you post a naked picture, nudity is like porn in America at least.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. And America's very progressive. So think about that. You know, how is it in the rest of the world?
I don't know. The rest of the world's kind of freaky. I think I was telling Monty that the average age of consent across the world is like 15 years old. America's the one with like
Yeah.
that trips the most.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
But they're normalizing it more now, though.
So they're
Right.
they're normalizing like
Yeah.
pedophilia
Pedophilia.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I
They're
mean,
saying that it's like a disorder or something, like a
Oh, a mental
something
disorder.
like that. Yeah.
what was it, MAPS or something? Like
Yeah.
minor attract. I don't know what it was. Chris was telling us about it. Chris would know, but
Yeah.
I hope he comes back.
Oh yeah. I guess we'll find out. We'll
Yeah.
still find out on the next episode.
I hope him and Brad come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Damn.
She's all whack, yo.
What do you guys think about that?
It can't be, yo.
Can't be. Oh.
Yeah. When I first heard it, I did not know it was J. Cole.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like it didn't sound like him? or
I
was
didn't.
it-
I didn't know it was him.
Who
Yeah.
did you think it was?
And then for a split second, I was like, "No way, is this Drake?" Because it's not because you were naming like artists, and I was
Yeah.
trying to connect the voice with Drake, and I'm like, "No, like there's like an awful lot of like it just doesn't
Yeah.
sound the same."
Yeah.
And like, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, it's J. Cole." I was like, "What the hell?" I did not expect that from J. Cole.
Yeah.
Laz, what do you think about that?
Because she was gay and now she's strictly dickly. Quien sabe qué.
Is that a bar?
That's like Nickelodeon shit. That's Nickelodeon type shit.
That shit was
Yeah.
trash, yo.
I expect that from That's So Raven's little brother Corey. I
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
that type of rap to come from Corey from That's So Raven.
And
I did
Corey
say
in the house.
Yeah, I did say it sounded like heavily influenced because we're not used to that J. Cole. You know what I mean? So he obviously he doesn't. We
Rap
know
like
he
that.
doesn't rap like that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so he obviously took the idea from somewhere else.
Was this a bad decision to drop this after everything that just happened?
Oh, that's the thing.
And him
Like,
involving himself in a beef that necessarily he like
I think he was damned if he did and damned if he didn't, because if he would have came off and like rebutted off all that beef shit with some like straight rap shit, like barred up, like people would be like it would be like you just bowed out and now you're coming over here like
trying
barring
yeah,
up
yeah.
and like this and that, so it's almost like he had to do like the soft pop.
He's on-
Okay, let me get away
he's
from
on
the rap
standby
shit
right now.
Yeah.
and, okay, so
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think you have a point. I think that I don't know. At this point, he has full range to experiment. Like no one could tell him anything anymore because you don't want to hear like I don't want to say that you don't want to hear bars coming from J. Cole, but a lot of people after they saw him ball out of the thing including myself, said I didn't want any more of that kind of music from him.
Let me tell you this. To be honest, like at first, for sure, that's like your first reaction because you're like, oh, you want to see like it's almost like if like we never got the Eminem battle at the end of like 8 Mile, you know, just. No, people have been craving that the whole fucking time, you know. They want to see that fucking head to head, you know. So when you didn't get it, yeah, like it might upset you for a bit, but like for me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like if he were to drop like a sick album, some like New York Times type shit, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, this is a good song, you know. Like I am invested. I have been invested. Obviously, these past couple of weeks, we've talked about this shit like for sure. But I feel like even if Drake drops some new shit,
well, he did.
I almost wouldn't care, you know. What'd you think about Drake's new shit?
We'll play it, but real quick while you pull that up, what do you rate that J. Cole thing out of 10?
Out of 10 on like a musical spectrum, I rated like
you enjoying the song.
Fuck, it's because I know it's J. Cole. I give it like a 6, just because I'm like I felt like it was like
I give it a 6 too.
Like I never expected this, you know.
Money,
strictly dickly, grippy, like it was I like it though. Like if it was just some random
That's
song.
what I'm saying. It's like catchy, melodic. It sounds like a nursery rhyme, right? It wasn't like
Okay,
I give it like a.
It's only because I know it's J. Cole that I have to almost like dock it points.
Exactly.
You know,
8.
For me, because it was J. Cole. Like it, I just give it like a 6.5, 7.
Okay. And then,
but
you mentioned Drake.
I mean, there. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, there's no like real substance in that song though. That's not the J. Cole we're used to. I like it because it was something he never did.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. Like that. I like to hear what how he's experimenting and stuff.
Yeah, that's always fun. I like to see that in an artist.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just
that
the timing. Yeah, it's just the timing of it is weird.
Yeah.
Right after you like bowed out, you know. But anyways, next, let's play this new Drake. You want me to just play it all the way until he comes in, or what?
No, just find the Drake part.
Okay, hold on.
Because it is a Sexy Red song, but they put Drake in it, and it's they use
what's his first line?
I don't know. I'm not like that, but.
Okay, what do you? I like it.
I like it too.
I like it. It's just the timing of it.
Yeah, to me, it's not that amusing. Yeah, to me, it's not like.
I think that he purposely dropped this for the reason of the timing. Like, you can't put out anything serious for the same reason that we said about J. Cole, what you guys said about J. Cole.
Yes.
You can't come out all like lyrical, but miracle and the best guy that has the best bars. That can't be the song that you put out immediately after you just took an L to the public. You got to come and like do something kind of more like that people are just going to enjoy listening to, as opposed to like, I'm the best, I'm at this, and no one can fuck with me. And
and then him flipping and like getting on BBL Drizzy.
Yeah,
like he almost had to do it, you know, because it's like it was getting memed. So it's almost like if he jumps on it, like he can kind of claim it a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to just you always getting clowned every time they play that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Might as well make money off of it. You
Right.
Know?
So my question is, Metro Boomin said whoever had the best verse on that BBL Drizzy thing gets a free beat. So does Drake get the free beat or what? Because I haven't heard anything better than that on it.
it was like multi-million-dollar like produce. You know?
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna sound better, harder, hit harder. And I also heard that like Drake dropped on like this the other the beat before that, before PBL Drizzy. I think it was someone who's tied in with Metro. One of his homies or something produced the beat before, so it's like if he like ceases and desists him for like getting on that beat, like he would have to sue his homie. So that's another like speculation as to why he did it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you think his homie's a snake for fucking doing business with Drake? Or do you think his homie didn't know that Drake was gonna be on the song? But
would you guys be down to do some shit like that? Like,
fuck yeah,
like make money off like one of like someone I don't get along with like that?
this like if you,
Laz is like, fuck yeah.
well, Metro Boomin don't fuck with Drake. I think it's different. Like
No, yeah, but like let's like.
oh, you mean like
if we did that, like
if you were Metro Boomin and I was the homie?
yeah.
I can't do that. But I think what happened is that Drake low key was like, hey, Sexy Red, I have a great idea. I have this beat that I could get for you. Like, you could just tell the artist that it's going to be you, and then we'll just throw my verse on it. He has no say, you know? Or do you think he still has to clear the song after?
That's what I'm saying. He probably didn't clear, but it's probably for that reason, you know? Oh, fuck it. If he's going to sue me, he's going to end up suing this boy. Doesn't make sense.
Would you still sue me?
No. That's what I was asking you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you asked us,
Money
would
would.
you make money off of me?
No,
Money would.
No. I think I wouldn't stop you from like making money.
No,
Yeah.
but
That's
would
how you make money.
His
Yeah,
question
yeah.
is, would you make the money off of him?
Would I do it?
Like, he's Metro Boomin and you're the homie, and I'm Drake, and I came to you, hey.
And I'd be like, oh, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Would you do that?
I think I would.
I didn't doubt it. I already knew the answer to that.
Make some money. It's fucking Drake
Yeah.
and Sexy Red. You got like two like icons. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
He said, if you don't understand, he's not my homie.
Now, would you feel some
Well, it's
type
true.
of way?
It's
Now,
how you,
would-
it's
now,
how you
would,
make money.
now
It's
would
business.
you? Yes. Now, would you feel a type of way if the roles were reversed? Like, would you feel personally
Look,
about me if I did that to you?
I mean,
Open question.
In our reality,
Could apply to Laz.
Yeah, there would be like you know.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, there's nothing really like I can't control. Hey,
Yeah.
don't talk to him.
The
Hey, don't do
the
business.
only
with him.
way-
How
Go
that
ahead.
like that that's just like whack. You know,
Yeah.
like
The only way I don't hold animosity either way is if like someone like if I was to do it like to you or to you,
Yeah.
I would make sure that you guys get a piece of it. I would.
Out of like-
The
out
thing
of
is,
like sympathy?
like this would last, but
Out of
I would.
sympathy.
I don't want your
out of
petty
sympathy.
money, Laz. Keep it.
That's the thing. Like, I would take it because, like you said, who else would give me the opportunity? And I'm sure that Drake wanted this so bad that he would have paid anything for it. So I named my price and all I got it. Hey, bro, I'm doing this. I got paid this much. Here's your 50K or whatever. You can
Yeah.
take it if you want or not. But also, if I'm Metro Boomin and you did that shit to me, I would expect a piece at least. I'm being honest. Like,
Yeah.
I would break you off if I'm the homie doing it, but if I'm Metro, I need a piece, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're my homie. Why would you do that?
it's business and it
Yeah.
all ties into royalties
Yes.
and who owns what part of the beat and yes.
Not necessarily that. Just out of like,
Morals.
yeah,
Out of
right?
morals,
Hey, you're my
yeah.
homie. Like,
Yeah.
it looks whack, but then it could be like Metro could play like, oh yeah, you think you played me, but I got a piece of what that fool. Like, if you're really my homie, like, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't hurt you to break me off.
Yeah. Out of like a hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Right?
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Do you guys care about the new Diddy allegations about like him holding like some male sex worker hostage against his own will and shit like that? Did you guys hear about that?
I did hear about that, but at this point, I'm not gonna say I don't care, but don't bring up anything that he can't get prosecuted for anymore. Like, we need to get this guy locked up, and if we keep just throwing dirt on his name that already happened that we can't get him for, like,
Okay, well, what do you think about the rumors that like this information is coming out like post house raid? Like they're saying that all this stuff is coming out because it's now been seized. You know,
like
so
the
now
government's putting it out.
exactly, or whoever has the agenda is putting it out.
Yeah.
Because now they have this information on it.
Well, it wasn't like
videotapes and all that shit.
it
right?
wasn't even DEA, right? It wasn't like Homeland Security that broke
think it was.
like it was what?
It was Homeland Security. I
So
think.
it's like, what does Homeland want with your shit?
Well,
Because I mean, I like you know you would know that's what the CIA wants with it, what the FBI wants with it, but like the fucking
I mean, they obviously want it for like blackmail and stuff.
yeah, but why that Department of Justice?
I think they're building.
guess.
I think they're building their case.
It's just like people, and they like put like a name over it, like Department of Justice.
Yeah.
But it's at the end of the day, it's just people that want their narrative too.
No, I feel you, but if the FBI was the one on this case, like most of us know the FBI's agenda, we know the agenda of the CIA,
But this is Homeland
Security. This is pretty much like the fucking Border Patrol. That's the same like branch, Homeland. Like to me, when I hear that, I started assuming that you're like sex trafficking across the world. If,
I mean,
Homeland Security,
like, yeah, that's probably how they got him because of that. Because he was part of.
What other reason would they get involved for?
Well,
like,
you know how like sex trafficking is literally that's a very good point. You know, but you know how like sex trafficking, like even if you pay someone to like if you're in Nevada and you pay some girl from LA to fly in or to travel into Nevada for sex, it's like they can get you on like human trafficking if like some foul play happens, you know, like, oh, I was held against my own will, or oh, he didn't let me leave like till the next day type shit. Like people can charge you, like that could be counted as like human trafficking.
Have you ever flown out
You know?
anyone or been flown out? Have you ever been a prostitute?
Nah, I've flown in voluntarily.
Like with your own money?
Yeah, voluntarily.
And you didn't get pimped out while you were out there?
Oh no, it was quite the contrary.
What about you, man? You ever been flown out somewhere?
Yeah. I've had
Shit.
Have you ever
Mine is
and
flown,
vice
him,
versa,
bro.
and vice versa.
you've flown some people out
Yeah.
for sex?
Oh no, not for sex. But
Because if so, you could go to jail for that.
yeah,
that's
why I said.
If some foul shit is at play, and then like, you come
Yeah.
forward.
No, but yeah, that's
Yeah. So I believe that. So if you could do that, like, bro, it's Diddy, you're a fucking millionaire, multimillionaire, perhaps billionaire at this point, or at some point. Of course, you're gonna be flying in chicks to like wherever the fuck you're at, like in the world, you know. All these motherfuckers have like escorts and shit like that. Like, I can see some shit like that happening.
Oh, so you think they're taking like petty shit like that to blow it over?
Well, is it petty? I don't know. It depends how serious like
Well,
it got.
because-
Because we see. Oh yeah.
I think it's pretty petty because I feel like a lot of people with money do that shit. Like,
Yeah.
They just, hey, I'm into you. Like, I'll fly you out. Like, you can stay at my spot. Like, I mean, it's not nothing that I've ever done, but
I'm sure it happens.
it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So if they're using that to build a case on him, like,
Bro, like,
there's
But
a
the
bunch
thing
of cases
is,
to be built.
it's Diddy though. Like we've seen, he's like portrayed as a pedophile. So now he's obviously no, he really is. Well, yeah,
Okay.
that's what he's
you
like.
think
Getting,
so? Because I've never heard anything
what
with
about the
kids
video?
just yet.
Okay, what about the video with Justin Bieber?
oh, that's right.
Okay,
And Usher.
okay. So
okay,
all
I
right.
guess.
Anyways, with that information, that's why
Yeah.
he's getting targeted by.
And
Homeland
there's been
Security.
other rumors that same with there was mixed girls, you know, there was girls of age and girls underage and shit
Okay,
like
so-
that. There's little rumors like that out there for sure.
What I've always heard was like, I mean, because now that you mentioned the Justin Bieber and Usher shit, obviously I'm like, oh shit, you're right. But before that, I'd never thought of any like children shit. Like I always just thought that he was a freak. Like,
Yeah, well,
he just
on
liked
top of that, yeah, he's a freak and also a woman beater.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the videos and stuff. So he's
Yeah.
What
obviously
videos?
like,
The video of him
The
beating
one-
up Cassie.
yeah.
Oh, but he added an S to it, so I thought he seen the videos of him being a freak
okay.
and shit.
Oh no, I haven't seen those.
No, but I think in the following like
Send
couple
me those, yeah. Send me those, yeah.
I think in the following weeks there's gonna be like more videos and more details about like everything that's happened in the past. They're starting to question. I know we talked about it when Zenlo was here, but like people were starting to really question the whole past. Biggie, fucking Kid Cudi almost getting blown up. Like that's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I
Even
mean? Like
that-
this fool was on some mob shit. He
even
was like,
that-
he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The Kid Cudi shit, we talked about it for 1
Yeah.
week and everyone forgets about it. Now it's just
Yeah.
he beat the shit out of, which they should focus on that too. But it's like he almost blew up someone's car.
He almost blew up Kid Cudi, yo.
and no one said shit.
You know how crazy that
Yeah,
sounds?
it's crazy.
You know-
Like, exactly what the fuck. No one's looked into this. Like
Yeah, so he's not in jail yet, right? Like he's not.
no. But
And
I
they
think
have all this on him.
I think
like,
he's finished, bro. I think they're gonna lock his. I think he's the next R. Kelly.
I think he's out of this country. Really, I don't think he's in the country.
He might be
anymore.
on some fugitive shit, bro. But he's too famous and too popular. Like,
Well, that's what Russell.
where are you gonna hide?
I don't know, wherever the fuck Russell Simmons is at.
Yeah, I
Like
think it's
Bali and shit like that. They don't fucking wherever they can't send you back for anything that hasn't been done in that country.
Yeah, I think that shit's weird for sure. It's fucked up, you know. He's in a fucked up situation, but I believe in
and the lawyers.
the lawyers. I believe in like the universe, you know. Like, bro, you can't get away with that shit for that long, you know.
True.
Yeah, eventually it'll catch up.
You will have to pay for your sins, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
We all do, my lord.
We talked about the UFC earlier, but really quick, I wanted to bring up boxing. Did you guys see that supposedly
Oh,
Mike Tyson pulled out?
Yeah, because he has health conditions, bro. He's fucking old.
I know, but see, I kept telling people that he wasn't gonna win just because of that shit. Like, he's
don't get
way
me-
too old.
And don't get me wrong, if Mike Tyson was in front of me, bro, he'd knock me out
For sure. If he had one clear shot on
But
me,
I'm
he
saying-
for sure is getting me.
But
Yeah,
I'm
but if he
saying,
didn't? No, just kidding.
but I'm only saying like the facts. What is it, Jake Paul? Bro, he's like in his fucking prime. He's
Fuck
loaded
yeah.
up with tests. Like,
You think so?
Dude, come on.
But
Mike
he's
Tyson-
doing professional fights, so I think they test them for that type of shit.
They're exhibitions. It's not like, you know, it's an exhibition fight. Floyd Mayweather wasn't in a weight class with fucking Logan Paul. You know,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
exhibition fights.
The rules are different.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot less.
So it's like, well, what do people expect? Like, Mike Tyson is getting at an age where, yeah, he's gonna have like shit like this happen. You know,
Yeah.
his body's like,
He can get seriously hurt.
Yeah.
Like he can get damaged easily now, or easier.
Yes.
Than back then.
But now the replacement's supposed to be his brother.
Mike Tyson's brother. I never knew
No,
that.
not Mike Tyson.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Logan versus
That's
Jake.
gonna be whack.
But the thing is, everyone's wanted that forever.
Well,
like
we'll
at
see.
least everyone that was
You
interested
know what?
in the.
You know what? I'd watch it.
Me too.
I'd watch
I'd watch it too.
Especially
But
because I think that them two could make it like,
Entertaining.
yeah, and they'll beef it. I mean,
They'll make like a whole storyline and shit.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
bro. What I mean,
They're
they
great
already
entertainers.
They already
Well, now-
have like drama. Like one of them
They
fucked
are-
their fucking other one's girlfriend and shit.
What do you guys think about that? What do you like? Do you
They're-
guys
okay,
ever
they're
imagine or see a
YouTubers.
world? Do you ever see a world where? We'll get back to that.
Okay.
Do you ever see a world where you could do that to like your brother?
Fuck his girlfriend and be okay with it. Fuck
Yeah.
no. Just because there's no way I'd be okay with it if it was vice versa.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were saying that they're YouTubers.
What about you?
They're-
What the fuck?
No, fuck no.
Is it my brother's
I
12?
I love it. Nah, my brother's 19, bro, and he pulls, but bro, like nah. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
can't. It's not in my heart, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do it to some fucking fool I don't know, but it's like, but nah, dude, it's fucking different. Like I
Yeah.
have like I don't know, like
A moral compass.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
and it's strong, and like so I trip out when I see shit like this. Like you guys are smashing each other's girlfriends, and I'm sure you guys are rich and you have a bunch of girls around, and it's like, but come on, you know.
And what if
Yeah.
she's not a girlfriend?
Well, that depends. What's the dynamic there? Like, does my brother like her, or is my brother understanding? And he's like, oh yeah, she's just.
Yeah, that's
she's just
true.
a mutual friend that, I mean, she's always around.
Yeah, that all varies. I think that's a different, you know, story.
Scenario
I would still
entirely,
feel
yeah.
weird, like, but like I said, it depends on the dynamic.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Or oh, that's so and so's friend. I'm not just gonna go in and
Right.
you know
Yeah.
disrespect that or right. Like there's
yeah,
it varies, like you say.
it varies, my
It
lord.
varies.
Another,
Yeah.
another,
So sorry, they're YouTubers.
Uh huh.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
also in like WWE, so they're
One of
just
them
taking
is.
it to their level.
Yes,
Now they're doing it on their own, and they're
Right.
causing their own drama.
Right, and it
So
keeps
that-
people engaged.
Exactly.
And Logan Paul's like the United States champion in the WWE.
Yeah,
Oh,
they understand marketing for sure.
No, for
Yeah,
sure. They're
so-
smart.
You know.
I went today to Walmart for my grocery shopping, and there's a section, and he has like a whole section on the fucking like. He has his body soap, his fucking shampoo,
Yeah.
like that Axe spray with his. It's like, and it's not Axe. It's just all his brand.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm like a 14, 16-year-old boy, the fucking packaging on it looks cool. It makes you want to. Oh, I want this one. You know.
yeah.
They're doing a great job, I think, with the Prime and I mean that fool with his fucking body soaps and shit.
yeah.
Well played. Well played.
Another thing that I saw, it's like a sports topic, but I don't want to necessarily speak about the sports part of it. But the Mavs made it to the NBA Finals, right?
Yes.
And it was the first time. Okay, so the Mavs, their main guy his name's Luka Doncic.
I know who Luka is.
I don't know. He's from a different country, European country, whatever. It's his first time ever making it to the finals. Young guy decides to celebrate with a beer with his pops. The vice president of the team decides to come like congratulate him, but takes the beer from him. And like Luka seemed to be upset. My question is, do you think that he had the right to be upset for that? Like the VP, like I guess like
Look.
the way I interpreted it was the VP was like, "Oh, we have business to take care of. You can't be drinking right now."
Well, I think it's also like sponsorship shit. Like, what was he drinking?
I
You know,
think
like what kind?
yeah.
It was a Heineken, and I think they sponsor the NBA. Like, they don't like they hand out beers to
Yeah.
the fucking guys when they fucking finish because that's what they're being sponsored by and shit.
Well, if I'm Luca and I just won the game, like, and someone takes my beer from me, I'll be like, "What the fuck, bro?" Like, well, I just balled out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I understand that I'm training, but bro, one beer isn't gonna fucking change my fucking performance.
Yeah,
you know?
and he's right there with his dad. Like, I don't know if his dad had a beer, but he was with his dad having a beer. He just got like most valuable player for the series. Like, they made it to the
Yeah.
finals. It's like a big thing to win. It's like a championship
yeah.
within a championship.
So this was already after the game.
Yeah.
And he's just chilling,
Like
sitting
fucking
down.
celebrating. Well, standing up with his dad talking.
Oh, okay.
The VP comes up to him like, "Congrats," takes his beer and like walks off. And he was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. At first, I'd be like, "What the hell?" Like,
Yeah.
I'd feel some type of way. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's disrespectful, right? But
yeah.
then, if I was him, I'd be like, "Oh, that's the VP.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there was something to it. I don't know."
yeah, but then see when he leaves, people are gonna be wondering why, and it's like shit like that. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm a young player. It's the first time. I mean, this franchise, they've won the championship before, but you guys aren't really a winning franchise like that.
Like the VP could have done things differently. He could have been like, "Hey, bro, like,
Yeah.
like let me take this beer. You can't
Yeah.
be seen here real
Yeah.
quick, you know,
Yeah.
like in a quick like handshake
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something."
yeah.
They, you know,
But
cut
the thing
beer.
is, it's kind of what it seemed like until Luka just kind of shook his head and like put his hands up. It kind of just seemed like he went up to him, like just took the beer, like nice and calm, and he just took off.
Well, then it was probably like the plan, you know, for the sponsorships and stuff. It was probably for something like that. Either that or the VP was just an asshole and be like,
Or he's
"Wow,
passionate and it's like, nah,
Yeah.
I need you to lock in.
Yeah, for real. We're not
Like-
done yet.
Yeah, like would you question like Ronaldo if like you saw him in the World Cup, like and people saw him out like having a beer? Like people would probably question it.
You haven't even won anything
They'd be
yet,
like, what?
technically.
Whack. You know?
Yeah.
There's some people who are like competitive and like very passionate about it. So I can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that. I can see that existing for sure.
Yeah, him being very passionate then. So
Yeah.
that's for him to find out. You know, hopefully it was because that would be, you know, that's acceptable. That's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see why.
And I guess like for him as like a 23-year-old, I could see why you could be even upset too. Like,
Yeah.
I just won. I'm the reason we won. I'm just trying to drink a beer, celebrate with my pops.
Yeah.
And he's from a different country, so they probably feel like different culture, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it could come off like as an asshole, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, do we want to get into some questions?
Yeah. I'm going to have to read them this week, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
All right.
2 of the guys didn't come in today. Let's see. I have one that the person wants to be called out by name. And it's actually Monty's brother, Jose Monroy. He's like, make sure you mention my name. If you met and dated a beautiful girl and you were talking it slow or taking it slow and you truly made an emotional and physical connection, but 5 months later she reveals that she has a penis.
What?
Would you stay with her? Are you considered gay if you do?
You considered
Do you have something to tell us, buddy?
I think you're considered pansexual, like by the rules and terms. But personally, me, I don't like identify you by how you choose to love. I think you'd be a human, but I'd respect your decision. But now, if that happened to me, though, like, oh, I'd be conflicted. I'd be like, I got caught.
It'd be like a deal breaker for me.
And
like,
it would, and it would fucking hurt.
I'd be bummed out. Like if I was
Wait,
5 months.
It would mentally, emotionally hurt me.
Yeah.
Not physically.
That you were in love with the man, or that like the person had a penis. Like what would hurt, the person had a penis, or that you actually fell in love with this person?
A little of both. I'd be like, damn, I really fucking like. They were like top notch, fucking everything I've been looking for, emotionally supportive. They could be fucking beautiful. And then like I find out that they just have a penis. Like, dude, I'd be fucking.
Oh, bummer.
I would be fucking bummed out.
You know what the funniest, weirdest shit is? My wife thinks that if a guy fucks a person with a dick, it's not gay.
If a guy, if
I was to fuck a tranny, it's not gay. But if a tranny fucks me, then I'm gay.
Oh, if you get smashed, that'll make you gay. But since you're being like the smasher, it wouldn't make. I think it would make you gay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, if I fuck a guy, it's gay.
It's sex with another man.
Yeah, it's just like no.
Well, it's sex with
because you don't like penis, and it's like what? And it's like you just like fucking. And like, at that point, you just like fucking. I'm like, nah, that's pretty gay. You know?
Yeah, I would be conflicted, bro. But
so would you consider it?
No.
But you just said how
I could never, bro.
You said how perfect she was.
Yeah.
She listens.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, bro. But I want
listens.
But I want like a family and like I want to have normal sex. Like I don't want to like have to yank you off. You know, like it's not something that it would gross me out just because I'm a fucking guy. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure if I was a chick, I wouldn't fucking care. I'd be like, oh, that's what I want. That's what I desire as a fucking woman or woman. But I'm a guy, you know, like I'm very rooted. I've always been like very fucking, I know what I want. You know, you never had to like tell me that me showing you your fucking penis was like weird. Like I just knew, you know, like what the fuck? Put that, you know, like, you know what I mean?
Put that thing back where it came from.
Yeah, you know, like that's weird. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel it.
Like I always knew. I was always just, yeah. That's just me though. So like I would feel fucking like
I definitely
I'm sorry.
would.
Like there's no hard feelings. Like I think you're a cool person, but I just can't. I
can't either.
I'm sorry.
Like, what about you, Monty?
No, yeah, I
and
wouldn't
you're
either.
deserving of someone who can accept you like that.
So now what I want to add to the question is, what the fuck do we do when everyone finds out that you were fucking with a man for 5 months?
Be like, well, I never.
I swear.
Well, let me tell you this. I never knew. I never yanked her off. She never
I don't know,
penetrated.
Sandra. 5 months is a long time.
That's what I'm saying. No one's going to believe you.
It's gonna be tough, but
It'd be tough, but I'd be like, no, dude. The moment I found out, I was fucking skedaddled out of there. Yeah, that'd be. I don't know, bro. I feel bad for someone who's gone through that because.
Well, people kill people when they find shit out like that.
Yeah, people who are like extremely like homophobic, and that's where you got to be careful, bro. Like. You don't know who you're offending. Like you don't know how people receive that. Like you've pretty much in a way manipulated someone for that much for that long. If you do something like that, because you knew and like you know it's not nothing normal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's normalized, but it's not normal. You know, like
no one deserves.
If that makes sense.
No one deserves to die or get hurt, but if you make someone believe something and then they decide to be upset, you can't be upset for how upset they get.
Especially like intimately, like, oh, dude. No.
That's kind of something like you should tell someone like early on.
Yeah, that's something that someone could take personal. because you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's partnership. Yeah. So to your brother, I'll say, follow your heart. If you can accept that, then fine, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Next question. Out of the three of you, whose music playlist do you least trust? Monty,
Who
go
wants to
ahead and answer.
first? Who wants to go first?
We'll go from Monty to here.
All right. I say Zandre.
Okay,
Lo siento.
I receive that.
I hate what that they didn't add like what scenario it is,
Nah, not just in general.
'Cause
Fuck
to
it,
me
shoot
right
it.
now, I'm
These fools
using-
both hate on my music taste just because I don't play hip hop every fucking time we come in here.
No, it's not even just that. To
It's
me, it's
that.
like if I need someone to run a party, I'm giving it to Zandre. But if I want to just like go on a drive and not want to skip a bunch of shit, I'm probably gonna go to Monty.
No, you have to choose like just someone that you won't risk. You just would rather not listen to.
Okay, let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this.
I
Let me
don't
ask you
trust
guys-
his if I had to go on a road trip.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. Who do you guys trust in a room with like 15 women?
I had to pick one
All
of
of
them.
us. Hey,
Your
I got
wingman?
this. No, I got the DJ tonight. I gotta set the mood for the. I gotta set the mood.
Okay, I trust him.
Yeah, I give it to Zandre.
I trust him.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm pretty high up there.
I had to pick one.
Nah,
I had to-
that's why I said it just depends.
so
but-
you got to pick one. The question is,
Okay,
One to listen to, I'd rather listen to your music
so these
than
guys
his music.
both hate on my.
wait, now
My
Zandre's-
music selection.
Zandre's turn to hate. Zandre's turn to hate.
Now, if I had to go on in general, I feel like I would distrust Lazarus. Only because I feel like Amani's musical taste is more aligned with mine.
Yeah.
Like there's been times where I've been with Amani and I'll be like, dude, what song is this? Like I'm not ashamed to ask. There's been multiple times. For Laz, it's more like when he plays something, I'll be like, I think this shit's whack. Like, what I mean? Or like, nah, no way you think this shit's hard.
You know what? Yeah.
Like,
Hey, Zandre does.
He hates on all of it.
Nah, but
Yeah.
there's sometimes he can put me on, but like for the most part, I'll be like, nah, I can't fuck with this, bro. Like,
I just have like the type of music that I like,
Yeah.
but I think each of like our playlists would do right in its proper setting.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, everyone.
I
I
agree.
think
It's only when it becomes generalized that it's like, oh, damn,
Yeah.
you can only hit a certain demographic with, that's what I think.
all right.
Cool.
Next question: lose your memory or be unable to make new memories?
Say that again. Sorry.
So lose your memory, everything that you know, or be unable to make new memories. So keep the memories you have, but you can't make new ones.
Fuck.
Oh, well, I'll keep the memories I have then.
Yeah, I think I'd want to keep the memories I have
Yeah.
because if I can't remember anything and I'm just like straight shooting off like, oh, who am I? Oh, fucking, let me just do this. I'm
Starting
almost like
all over.
NPC. I'm almost like
Yeah.
NPC,
But
standby,
you just start over from like today,
cruising.
and then every memory you make from
Yeah.
today, like,
Oh, dude.
is a new memory.
What am I doing here?
It's not like
fucking-
your memory gets erased every
Oh, good.
day. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely keep the memories I have, but
Okay. Same.
I don't think like starting from today and never losing your memory from today would be bad either. Because at least you're always gonna remember the later part of your life.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Either way, it's still something to live for.
Yeah.
true. All right, last question: the ability to make world peace or the ability to heal the environment?
World peace, because I think with world peace we'll also get like
That will come with
that.
it,
That
right?
that'll be a chain reaction for sure.
Definitely.
If we have world peace and everyone's on the same page and it's all peaceful, and it's like, oh, let's protect each other, oh, let's care about each other. Oh my God, like I think it just evolves into like that.
hmm That's what Christianity is trying to do, man.
I think I'd go with healing the environment because there's too
Yeah.
many shit like.
Sounds like he's satanic, yo.
Oh shit.
For real, yo. Nah, because you got to think about it. You save all the shit that's extinct.
Yeah.
If you don't care about the animals, then we're going to die because there's not going to be any food. You gotta care about the environment.
Yeah, how long can you keep peace for?
Yeah.
You know?
And there ain't gonna be no peace if there ain't no food.
Exactly.
And there ain't gonna be no food if there ain't no peace.
For real.
Just kidding.
Like I always say. That's great.
All right, I think we've had enough. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've had enough.
Yeah, they're sick of us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, quite the pleasure it's been today. Quite the pleasure. My name is Andre. I'm here with Laz.
Yep.
I'm here with Monty.
What up?
We will be back next week. We'll see you guys soon. Please take care. Make sure you take care out of one another. Make sure you put that shit on. Goodbye.
I put that shit on, yeah. Chrome Hearts, Bottega, I put it on, yeah. Tennis chains, VVS, the steady froze, yeah. I be styling on niggas, I put it on, yeah. Off-white 350s, I put it on, yeah. Louis V's and Bodie, I put it on, yeah. Richard Mille, Bon Bon, we going, yeah. I be styling on niggas, I